Surely by now you've all figured out that KCK Lubricants is associated with FR8. Now what is FR8? Formula Racing Academy. It is a platform that WLM Motorsport and Gilmore Racing has put together to help develop up and coming drivers. So this weekend, something a bit different, we're going to follow the Formula Ford around. We're off to Winton in Victoria. We're racing with the V8 supercars, which is pretty exciting in itself. But the driver of this car, Marcello Cerasi, is actually our data engineer for Gilmore Racing. So, worked with him for a long time now. Top bloke, relatively new to these. He's done a lot in go-karts. He's only actually done one race meeting ever in this car. So we're going to jump straight into the national circuit. We're going to see what it's all about. And hopefully he'll learn a lot, we'll learn a lot, and it should be a great weekend. So, we've spent the last couple of days preparing this car, getting it set up for the different racetrack we haven't been to yet. Marcello, well, he hasn't even raced at that track, so he's actually done a little bit of simulator time to get his head around the circuit itself to hopefully bring him up to speed that a little bit quicker and hopefully take the pressure off him a little bit. So all we need to do now is get this thing in the truck and get on the road. So after about 1,400 kilometres of driving, it took us about a day and a half to get here, but we have arrived. We got here late yesterday. We've got the garage set up, the car's ready to go. It's cold. It's just a bit above freezing. It was about 1 degree about half an hour ago. So waiting for the sun to come up so I can warm up. But Marcello's on track pretty quick, so we'll get this thing sorted and we'll see how he goes. Quick recap on day one and how we went. We had two practices first up in the morning. So first practice was Marcello's first time on the track. He's never driven here before. He had done some sim work, which the sim work was quite accurate in the track layout, but the car wasn't replicated in the sim. So what he'd actually learnt wasn't that useful. He knew which way the track went, but everything he thought he knew about how to drive the track wasn't right. So first session was a bit of a write-off. Second session he made some really good improvements, and then we're straight into qualifying. We actually surprised everyone and got a top 10 time, but it turned out to be a timing fault, so we were relegated to rear of the grid. And also yesterday we had one race. So starting 23rd, he managed to make his way up into 17th with some intelligent racing. You know, he was able to latch onto the back of the main train. Certainly showed he'd had the pace to race the other cars and did really well. Tomorrow's a new day. It's still really cold. One race today. We're here with the big boys. Spectators are starting to stream through the gates. Racing's already on track. It's pretty early, so let's see how we go today. that was a pretty tough race for Marcello. With some driver penalties, he actually ended up starting 15th, but got bullied pretty hard at the start. He got a good initial start, but as soon as those cars start to put pressure on you and break your rhythm, it's really hard to get back on top of it. So one car passed and a couple of cars have passed, and you're sort of back to where you started. But certainly learned a lot. We've made some more changes for tomorrow, so we'll see how he goes.